Hi everybody, Father John Mitchell here. We're doing a little pre-event warm-up. Hope this live stream is working. Coming to you live from St. Pascal Baylon. Getting ready for our virtual friends and family. Oh, we have Michael's watching. If you could log in and give some comments if you can hear me okay. Let me know if the audio is working well. And good to have Michael Whitus joining us. Mary Tashini's there. Hello, Mary. Is the audio working okay? Audio working fine? Type in your comment. I've got 6 people. Sound is great. Perfect. You want to see some of the horses? Hi, Chris. Take you over to see some of the horses here. Getting ready. There's Black Beauty. That's Black Beauty for race 1. There's Pegasus. This is Mr. Ed. This is Trojan Horse. And then Silver is right there, purple. And the last one is Shadowfax. Did any of you pick Shadowfax to win? And over here, we've got about 4 minutes before we go live. This is the pre-event live, making sure it's working. Here's our gift bags. I don't know if this is coming in on reverse camera. It's probably reading that backwards, aren't you? Yeah, I think I have to go the other way. I'm going to flip camera, okay? I'm going to go out of view here. All right, now, there's Mike Ailing. Hi, Mike. So, there, I bet you can read that now. Black Beauty. There's Pegasus. Mr. Ed. Hi, Nancy Bachland. Trojan Horse. Silver, and that's Shadowfax. So, what we did is we took all of the people, whenever you entered your horse for the race, we took that slip and we put it in the appropriate bag. Yep. So, I'll show you the track here. Here's our track. We're going to start down there, and they're going to have to go. Hi, Tony. Is Dennis with you too? Probably Dennis is there. There's the track. Look how long that track is. That's a long ways to run. They've got all the way down. Hi, Betty Hensel. Chris. Oh, Cindy. Go, Mr. Ed. Diane Schrepfer's watching. There's our jockeys down there. Barb and Ellen are the jockeys. They're each in charge of 3 horses, so. Yep. So you can tell the horses they're raring to go. I'll let you see the horses again. There's the horses. They all got their masks. They're not socially distanced horses, though, but their masks are on. So they're going to start here, and as we roll their dice, they got to run all the way down there. It's a long ways. It's about a mile and a quarter. I don't know. It's a mile and a quarter. 14 furlongs. Well, we're closing in. Got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes to race time. So, I hope you're all. I'll stop moving around so much. Hope you're all having a good day so far, and the heat and humidity hasn't been too bad for you. And maybe you're sitting there with a drink in your hand and a little something to eat. You can watch this live race. We got 1 minute before we go live. I'm glad that you can all Can't wait for Trojan Horse to win. He just might. I think Trojan Horse is number 4. He's the number 4 horse, Sharon. Trojan Horse. Oh, wait, sorry, I got to flip this. There's Trojan Horse right here. He looks energetic. Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed is number 3. This is Mr. Ed. They're really excited to go. Okay. Chris, did you want to? Did you want to? You want to get the camera on me?
Yep.
Okay. We ready to roll?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are looking live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Off to the Races here at St. Pascal Baylon Church. Father John Mitchell, thank you so much for tuning in to join us live for this event. Those of you who may be watching this on the rebroadcast later, we're not going to tell you who wins. You just have to watch through to the end to see who's going to win these 2 races. So we're going to be running 2 races tonight. We'll give you more details about that in just a second. I wanted to thank you for tuning in and to thank all the people who are helping with our event tonight. We're doing it virtually this year because we can't gather in large groups, so that's all right. And I'm glad you tuned in live. I also want to thank you, all of you who have been sending in gifts for the purpose of our fundraiser this year. The special target item is our smoke and fire detection system that we had installed throughout the entire building last summer. We had to do it quickly because our old system was not working great. So this new one was costly. It cost a bit of money. So we've been paying it off month by month. And so we just decided, let's try to raise $15,000.
Can you ask if there's volume?
How's the volume? Let me know if the volume's working okay. If you could type in your comments, let me know if the volume's working. I'll stand a little closer to the camera. And so anyways, we are trying to raise $15,000. And I believe that we are really close to getting there. And the amount that we've raised so far is $12,000.
You need to stand closer.
Is this going to be better? Can you hear me a little better if I stand here? All right. We've raised $12,000 so far towards our $15,000 goal. If any of you would like to send in a gift to our fundraiser, you can call this number, 651-432-4960. Or if you want to give online at stpascals.org. We're still trying to raise $3,000 more. We thank you so much for all of you who have already given money towards this event. $12,000 we've raised in about 10 days, which has just been incredibly awesome and generous on all of your parts. But if you'd like to give tonight, right now, call this number. We have someone waiting on the phone to just take down your pledge. And then also, if you wanted to give online, if you feel more comfortable doing it that way. And we'll let you know by Monday morning how much we've raised, and then we can you can give at that time. Okay, I'm gonna, with that as a little preamble, I'm gonna hand it over right now to Chris Rube to give you some more details about our event.
Hey, all right, everybody, welcome. Thank you first. First time I've had my mask off in a public place since the high school hockey tournament. Go Pioneers, that was a great event. My name is Chris Rube, and I know what some of you are thinking right now. Well, you're thinking one of 2 things. Some of you are probably thinking, oh no, you again. I've seen you at some events before. I'm still trying to recover from those. How the heck do I turn this thing off? Okay, we'll see. Hang in there with us. Some other people might be thinking, oh, Chris Rube, where the heck were you last year for your friends and family and helping out? Good to see you again. So I know on Facebook Live you can go and you can press these funny things with the heart and with the thumbs up or the little scowly face. Give us some feedback, type those things in, cast your votes out. But it's good to see you all. Now, when Father and also Mike Ailing and Ellen Ailing asked me if I would help in the event tonight and call a couple of races and be sort of the MC, of course I said, yes, I'll do that. And then Ellen later, in a Zoom call with me, asked me, well, Chris, how long is it going to take you to do 2 races? You want to do 2 races? And I said, well, Ellen, that depends. It depends on how many jokes you want me to tell, and stories, and horse racing facts. I can do anything from, let's say, snappy 20 minutes to, say, a couple hours. So she hesitated for just a second, and she said, we'll take the 20-minute version. Thank you very much. So here we go. And then Father threw me a little curveball here as I came in, as we were rehearsing. He said, this is a fundraiser here, Chris, and we're here for fun. We're here to raise some money. We're here to build community. So make sure you don't have any jokes that are, say, dealing with politics. So I threw a whole notebook away on those. And then he said, we've all been a little bit under stress. We've been doing really good. We're all in this together, but we need an escape tonight. So no pandemic jokes, no COVID jokes. And I threw there went another notebook. So I'm down to a little note card here.
Did somebody call for the horse race?
1 or 2 little stories, 1 or 2 little things. We're still going to have some fun. There'll be a few surprises along the way. So look forward to that. Again, we'll be monitoring on social media any comments you might have, any questions you might have about horse racing, any other things. So go ahead and use that, have some fun with that, and have some fun at home. Now, how the races work, you're probably wondering. It's fairly simple. Let me just quickly explain it. Many of you have sent in or mailed in pics of a horse to win one of 2 races. Those have been, as the Father described in the pregame, sorted and put into the various horses' baskets. So you're all set. You don't need to do anything else tonight. What we have behind us are 6 horses. More on them later. We have a beautiful grid of 14 spaces. We're saying 14 furlongs from the start line to the finish line. In the back of the room, Mike Rollum Ailing will be rolling 3 standard dice. 3 standard dice, and as they roll, he will yell out those numbers. Most of the time, there'll be 3 separate numbers, and if your number is called for the horse you have in the particular lane, those 3 horses would move forward 1 spot. It is possible that there may be some doubles, say 2 4s and a 5, and then horse number 4 would move up 2 slots, and horse number 5 would move up 1 slot, the rest staying put. So it's multiple rolls, multiple counts. It could be a 3-bagger. We'll see where 1 horse moves forward 3. As the horses progress up towards the finish line, they'll get excited. Once they get to the very end, to the 15th, and past the finish line, we will have a winner. At that point, all of you who picked that horse will win a prize. So you can be excited for that. And we will then draw 1 grand prize winner, beautiful gift card, for 1 person out of the collection of people. So it's tough to win. You got to pick the right horse, and then you got to be the winner out of the basket. I think it was a little easier to win those "Can I Go to Church" lotteries earlier, but we will get some winners tonight. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Behind me are 2 very important people, our jockeys. First, named after famous racehorse Barbaro, is Barbara Roll. Second, named after probably the most famous female racehorse in history, the great filly ruffian, is Rough Ellen. These 2 have a very difficult job today, as they will be each, for the first time in horse racing history, piloting 3 horses each. Now, one thing I tell you about jockeys, depending on if you win or lose, if you lose, you always blame the jockeys. Okay, that's just a known thing in horse racing, right? So that's a known thing, so blame them. They're very competitive. They'll do a good job. In practice, we had them each holding riding crops and things. We decided to put that away for the live event. It got a little out of hand here, so they're going to do a great job. So I think it's time to meet the horses for race 1. In lane number 1, we have Black Beauty. Black Beauty from a novel from 1877. Black Beauty, one of 30 books that has had over 500 million copies sold. It's a story of a horse going through some rough times in England, but really it also teaches about how to treat people with kindness, sympathy, and respect. Black Beauty, 1877, probably hasn't raced in 150 years. The barn says he's fresh, ready to go today. We'll have to see. In lane number 2, Pegasus, the mythical winged divine horse, caught by the gods and used to defeat many mythical monsters, being winged. Now, will that give him an edge here? Interesting fact that you might not be aware of, it wasn't until 1878 that people realized that when horses galloped during their gait, there is a period of time where all four hoofs are off the ground, and that was a big unknown at the time. So in a sense, all the horses fly for a short period of time. You can use that in your Zoom family calls as your trivia thing for tomorrow that you're all doing. In lane 3, Mr. Ed, the talking horse, of course famous from the mid-1960s popular TV show. Little surprise here, if Mr. Ed happens to be the winner of this heat, Father is going to lead us in a version of the song from the Mr. Ed show. So look forward to that. I said we have some surprises here.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. In lane 4 is the Trojan horse. Now the Trojan horse is a large, of course, hollow statue that the Greeks used to sneak into the city of Troy and win a battle. It's a long shot today. You know, it's a difficult time to be a statue. Oh, that's right. It wasn't supposed to have any political jokes. Sorry about that. But this word Trojan is still used today. You hear it like with the Trojan virus for computers and things. Not to be confused with the COVID virus, but oh, there I go again. Let's not go there. Lane number 5 is Silver. Hi-ho, Silver. The Lone Ranger, of course, is a fictional masked character. Now, don't get all over me on masked, okay? This is from Wikipedia here, all right? I'm just saying. Of course, battled the outlaws with his Native American friend Tonto. And here's a trivia question for social media if you want to try to type it in, if you know. What was Tonto's horse's name? Could have been in the field today. Tonto's horse's name.
I don't know.
Nice little fact there. And last but not least, in lane 6 is Shadowfax. Kind of a wise guy horse here today. There's always a wise guy horse the gamblers got their eye on. Fictional horse ridden by Gandalf.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, various stories. And Lord of all horses, the strongest horse in Middle Earth, and is said to be able to ride as fast as the wind. And boy, wasn't that wind cooking last night as it went through the Twin Cities. I understand we're having some thunderstorms and more violent storms up in the northern part of the Twin Cities. So everybody hang on. All right? So there's your field for race number 1. We're going to get the jockeys in place. We're going to call the horses to the post, and the races will begin shortly. And they're off! In the first
1, 5, and 6.
1, 5, 6, and out of the gate, Black Beauty, Silver, and Shadowfax.
3, 5, and 6.
3, 5, and 6, and it's Mr. Ed, Silver, and Shadowfax.
3, 5, and 6 again.
And again, it's Mr. Ed, Silver, and Shadowfax taking the lead. Stuck in the gate is number 4, Trojan Horse, and number 2, Pegasus, the winged horse.
5, 5, and 6.
5, 5, and 6, and double for the 5, and Silver. Go Silver takes the lead.
1, 2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4, and Pegasus is off, and number 4, Trojan Horse is off.
1, 5, and 6.
1, 5, and 6, Black Beauty. Again, Silver and Shadowfax battling as we near the halfway point in race number 1.
3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5, it's Mr. Ed, a little move by the Trojan Horse. And again, Silver passes the halfway point, full of run.
We have a double. 4, 4, and 5.
4, 4, and 5, much succeeded from the Trojan Horse. And again, Silver now leads by 3 lengths.
1, 3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4, and I do feel sorry for Pegasus, the winged horse. He had never run on carpet before, had only flown in his races previous to this.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3, we've got Black Beauty, a much needed move, and a little bit of movement from Pegasus, and Mr. Ed.
1, 2, and 4.
We all want to hear that song.
1, 2, and 4.
Pegasus and Trojan Horse.
What happened?
1, 2, and 5.
1, 2, and 5. And Black Beauty making a bold move, but Silver keeps a commanding lead.
4 and a double 6.
4 and double 6. It's the Trojan Horse and a double move by Shadowfax. The wise guy horse making a move.
4. 4.
Oh, 4, sorry. That's why we got to get.
Double 3.
Double 3s, Mr.
And a 6.
Ed, and a 6. And we approach the final turn.
1, 3, and 5.
1, 3, and 5. It is Black Beauty. It is Mr. Ed and Silver, and Pegasus has flown the coop.
3, 3, and 5.
3, 3, and 5, and now Mr. Ed and Silver. And down! The Brushy whole stretch they come.
Double 1.
Double 1.
And a 5.
Black Beauty still has something to say about this race. Silver.
2, 4, and 6.
Pegasus, welcome to the race out there. 4 and 6 as they're trying to pick up
2,
the pieces.
5, and 6.
Pegasus, silver, just pushing out the victory. Halifax,
3,
attention.
4, and 5.
And Mr. Adam, what's your report? Silver's at the cusp of victory.
I think we have it here. 1,
1,
2,
2,
and 5.
Ellen, the jockey, has piloted silver to a tremendous, dominating victory. In race number 1, we will work to get a photo here with the jockey.
I don't have a camera. I'm using my camera. You got to get another camera.
The things.
We have a professional photographer.
Pulling that winning ticket. Who had silver? I want to see in the Facebook Live. Who had it? Go ahead and brag about it. I know some of you guys are thinking right now, who the hell did I pick?
Here's the winner. Got it. Okay.
All right, home silver.
There we go.
All right, everybody. Congratulations to Silver. So what we're going to do now, everybody, we're coming over here to the winning prize circle. All of you who pick silver are in this bag. And all of you are going to get a prize of some kind. But one of you is going to get the grand prize. And what is the grand prize?
25 Visa and 25 Target.
A $25
Gift card for Visa and Target, which you can use.
total of $50 winner. And we need to draw one of those names, Chris.
Okay, here we go. This is the part we didn't rehearse.
This is really exciting.
Good luck to everybody. What a dominating victory by number 5, silver. I don't know if that part of the track is faster, but let's see what we can do. I can feel some in here. I want to make sure I just get one. I see some of you guys do some strategies folding. Okay, here we go. I got one. It's official. Oh, it is Pat Seidel. S-E-I-D-L. Pat is the winner. Number 5, silver.
Pat Seidel.
And it's Pat Seidel, a tremendous victory, and thanks for participating and all you do for the parish. And we will be getting a hold of you.
Yep. And if you want to spend some of that Visa gift card taking me out to dinner, it'd be all right. Okay. So, folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break. If I could, I'm just going to point this at my at the horses here, and maybe just make sure I'm going to come on camera there. Do we want to do the telephone thing again? Sure. Sure. Okay. Well, everybody. Hey, wasn't that an exciting race? That was amazing. I couldn't believe Silver there. I thought Silver was a very old horse, but you don't judge a book by its cover. So what we're doing tonight is we are trying to raise up enough money to pay off entirely our smoke and fire detection system. We had it installed last year, and with the remaining amount we have to pay off on it, we're trying to raise $15,000. The great news is you people have already sent in or given online $12,000 before tonight. So tonight our goal was in this half hour to raise $3,000. You can either call this phone number, and if you get a busy signal, just call back again. And then the other way to give maybe quicker, easier for you, just go to stpascals.org. You can give online. And even after this event is over with, feel free to get online tonight, tomorrow morning. We'll update you. Maybe I can do some Facebook updates tomorrow morning, let you know how much more we need. Okay, so I think we're going to gear up and get going for race number 2. What do you think, Chris?
Yes,
I think we are going to do that, and I think we're going to hear a little bit more from Chris as we move into race number 2.
Woo! Great job by folks in the social media. I was looking at some of the comments. James Chastik, I believe, was the first to say and find the correct answer that Scout was indeed Tonto's horse. So nice job there. We'll see what other trivia question I can come up with here for race number 2. But that one is now in the books. And it's time to move to our second and final race. Now, these race horses here we're also going to introduce. I want to give a little shout out though to those fans who have been out partying out in the parking lot since early morning, tailgating, playing some cornhole, playing some frisbee out there. almost having their own derby infield party, and they're lined up against the windows. They each have one window, so we're practicing good social distancing here. And I've had to get on them a couple times, banging on the windows and stuff. We don't want any of that. It's getting kind of rowdy out there, but I'm sure it's rowdy at your houses too. Let's make sure. I wonder if there's any kids out there listening in with you guys. Give a thumbs up. It's never too early to have them pick a horse and start to get used to that kind of Catholic theme of charity, gaming, gambling. I got a nice idea for you, Father, to consider. Let's do some virtual bingo.
It could work.
It could work.
It could work.
Be the honor system.
Okay.
You know, I just think after things open up, the confession might end a little longer than normal. But it's an idea. Let's kick it around, Bill.
I like it.
Okay, jockeys back into position, of course. Barbara Roll and Rough Ellen.
Should we announce them again?
Barbara Roll is named after great racehorse Barbara Roll, winner of a Kentucky Derby. And Ellen, Rough Ellen, is named after the greatest female racehorse ever, generally considered a horse called a Ruffian. We also have in the back of the room Mike Roll Them Bones Ailing, helping out. We've got help on the phones. And we have Mike Kelleher is here. We're not quite sure why.
Security.
Security, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's introduce the horses for race number 2. We have in lane number 1, California Rome. Now, we could not get the 2014 Kentucky Derby winner, California Chrome, here. He's that stud in Kentucky. Pretty busy guy right now. But we did get one of his young sons, California Rome. Now, go ahead and press a like on Facebook Live if you're a Chrome fan, because you're very special. People who like California Chrome and California Chrome offsprings are known as Chromies. And they're sort of known to being, the racing establishment doesn't like the Chromies. They're loyal to a fault, they're rowdy, they're irreverent, so, well, we know who you are because you got your name in the bag now as a Chrome fan, so we're pleased to have you guys.
Sorry about that.
In lane number 2, Maximilian Security. Named for Saint Maximilian. Here's a social media trivia question.
Thanks for calling.
How many different Saint Maximilians are there? That's a tough one. Also named, of course, in part for Maximum Security, who, you might remember in 2018, won the Kentucky Derby for about 45 minutes. And then was disqualified and placed 17th in one of the more shocking sporting events of the millennium. Don't get me started, okay? So maybe it's redemption day today for Max. In lane number 3, our post-time favorite, Holy Sea Biscuit. A special ancestor to the great Seabiscuit. Of course, one of the most famous racehorses in the 1940s, made even more famous by the Laura Hildebrand book and the movie. One of those rags to riches stories, you gotta love it. It's common for the Queen of England to own horses. Actually, she races horses. I'm not sure about Pope Francis, but it would be a great name if he ever decided to get a stable together. Wouldn't it be Holy Sea Biscuit? In lane number 4, Secular Terriot. Great-great-great-grandson of one of the all-time, maybe the greatest racehorse ever, Secretariat, winner of the 1973 Triple Crown, the last horse to ever be on the cover of Time magazine. Trivia question for the people, another tough one. How many different racehorses have been on Time magazine? It's a tricky one. It's that kind of a trick question. If you're a horse racing fan and collector of horse racing memorabilia, you know this stuff, which is my problem. I'm taking drugs for that. But Secretariat also just won, you might have seen on Derby Day, Secretariat won a virtual computer simulated horse race of all of the Triple Crown winners, and that was quite a dramatic thing to see. So, going to be coming out of lane 4. In lane 5, where we just had our previous winner, Far Lap Skulls. Now, this horse is stabled downstairs in that spooky storage room area in the church basement. Just came up here, seems a little ready to go. We'll see. Distant relative of the Wonder Horse, Far Lap, of course, the Australian Wonder Horse down under. If you like the Seabiscuit story, do some reading, find some YouTube videos about Far Lap, because it's an equally incredible story of a rags to riches underdog theme. You will like it. In fact, Far Lap, the answer to Far Lap is on the Australian citizenship test. So it is a huge part of their culture. And finally, last but not least, in lane 6 is American Flandero. Fold, born nearby here on Flandero Street, a young son of American Pharaoh, who won the Triple Crown in 2015. Remember, after that 36-year drought that we were all waiting for in horse racing. Trained by Bob Baffert, who actually is here answering the phones with us today. He's got some time on his hand. He's got a 15-day suspension for some drug use. Not a 15-day quarantine. Oh, there I go again. No quarantine jokes. But we're running drug-free here today. We didn't want PETA on our tails or anything like that. It's a drug-free event. So we'll see what we can do here with American Flandero. So there's the field. The field is set for the second Summer St. Pascal's Derby. And
We need that. Oops, sorry. We need that. You've got it.
coming in line, loading in the gates, and they're at the post. Trust me, they're at the post.
See it, Mike.
And they're off in race 2.
1, 2, and 6.
1, 2, and 6. That's California Road, Maximilian Security, and American Flandero. Alligates quickly.
5, 4, and 2.
And it's Holy See Biscuit. Carl Abstel's in Maximilian Security with a small lead as they
2, 4, and 5.
Maximilian Security, another move. Maybe it is redemption day today. Secretary and Carl Abstel's.
1, 4, and 5.
California Rome, Secretary and American Flandero. Number 3, Holy See Biscuit, our post-time favorite.
2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. Some horses in the middle of the road. It
1,
is Maximum
4, and
Security
5.
Seculariat. And then Seculariat with a small lead. Far Lapstos looming on his outside hip.
3, 4, and 6.
Holy See Biscuit getting something going. Again, Seculariat and American Flandero finally getting here.
3,
Holy See Biscuit with
and
a move.
4.
Seculariat with a move.
Holy moly.
The halfway point.
1, 2, 5.
California Rome, Maximilian Security, and Far Lapstos with a much needed boost of energy.
5, and a double 4.
Far Lapstos and a double 4 by Seculariat.
This is the move.
American Flandero way back.
1, 2, and 6.
California Rome, Maximilian Security, and American Flandero making a little headway.
1, 2, and 6.
California Rome, it's a situation. This is not over.
3, 4, and 5.
Holy See Biscuit, Seculariat, looming large. Far Lapstos coming on.
6,
soon.
and a 6, and a double 1.
1, 6, and 2, 1. California Rome against the rail, now looming dangerously.
5, and a double 6.
Far
Whoa.
Lapstos,
5.
5. And a double 6. American Flandero, racing from behind today, not his normal running style.
3, 4, and 6.
Holy See Biscuit, Secularitarian, and American Flandero continuing to make up ground.
1, 5, and 6.
California Rome, Maximilian Security, and American Flandero would be in a tremendous comeback.
1, 3, and 5.
California Rome, Holy See Biscuit, and Far Lapstos. Secularitarian is stuck in the mud.
1, and a double 4.
Oh.
No, this stretch ain't coming in Baroshi Hole.
And we have a triple, a 2.
What?
Security with a much needed triple to remain in the hunt.
And a triple again, a 5.
And that's
What?
alive.
No way.
A 4,
A 4.
and a double 5.
Oh!
1, winning 5, and yet pulls the magic.
Look
into
how
true
close that
magic.
was.
Guided by Allen again. You can blame Barbaro for the terrible performance of the favorite, post-time favorite, Holy See Biscuit.
Oh, let's see how the rest of the field did. They're still.
What a run by Secretary.
We still love these horses.
Maybe got out a little too quick and
I can't. Okay, we got to get a picture with the winner.
Got it?
No.
That was a pretty tremendous race.
Okay, so that was Far Lapascals. Far Lapascals. So, well, everybody, the good news is now.
Everyone out there, let's do it together slowly. Far Lapscals.
Far Lapscals.
Lapscals.
Okay, everybody, so all of you who picked Far Lapscals are in this bag, and all of you will win something, but one of you is going to get the grand prize, which is
$50 gift card to Lunds and Byerly's.
$50 to Lunds and Byerly's.
We have oats or something there, of course.
So we're gonna see who's gonna win this. You don't have to be watching to win.
How many had that? I can't wait to see the chat and see who I've got one. It's clean. It's coming up. Yes. It's good that a kind of a silly, crazy name like Far Lapscals gets a little bit of a silly, crazy name like Dave Necrobecki.
Oh,
Winner, chicken dinner.
Dave, congratulations.
Congratulations, Necrobeckies. Nice job.
And we have $2,700 pledged out of the 3,000
You are kidding me. Well, I don't know if you heard that announcement from the background there from Teresa, but we have raised in this half hour $2,700. That means we're almost at our goal.
of 3,000 for the night.
So all we need is $300 more. And I got a feeling that's going to come in after this event is over, or by 10 a.m. tomorrow, I bet I'll see it in our inbox somehow. So you can still give online. Let me give you, you can give online. I was about to hold up the phone number again, but probably it's best that you just give online at this point to stpascals.org. We're looking for $300 more, and if we get that, we can entirely pay off our smoke and fire detector system, which would be so awesome. Well, folks, I'm tired just filming this thing. What an event. What an event. Thank you all for watching. And we're going to do a quick room scan once again. Thank you to, really a big thank you to Mike and Ellen Ailing. Mike and Ellen are the big organizers of this every year, and I got a feeling next year we're going to be, I hope we're live in this room with a whole crowd of people. But in whatever happens, we thank the Ailings so much. Chris Rube, thank you. Excellent job. I got a new passion for horse racing just listening to you. And Barb, thank you as well. Mike, thanks for security and helping us with setup. Teresa, thanks for taking pledges all week and everything and doing that. And the friend of the Ailings over here, hello. Thank you for...
And maybe a special thanks also to you, Father, for all you've done here and all you continue to do during these interesting times. But mostly we wanted the camera because we want you to sing the Mr. Ed theme song to the best of your ability.
Wait a minute, I got that one up.
Well, maybe they'll all...
Maybe we can all sing in unison. Do you have it up? Do you have it up?
Just a second.
Mr. Ed,
Do you know the song? A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Yes,
Yep, okay, that's the song. Here we go as we sign off.
black and white.
This might ruin your dinner, everybody, so hopefully you've eaten.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed.
Here we go. Horse is a horse, of course, of course. No one did. It's a famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse. That's that you endorse.
It's on a steady course. Mr. Ed.
There it is. Thank you much. Thanks, Father.
Thank you, everyone. Well, you know what? We're going to, I got to flip around here. We're going to sign off for the night. Thank you all. God bless you. And may Almighty God bless you, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Have a great night, and God bless. Bye-bye.